might not feel the same way about it now.
Yeah, for real.
But I think the Rakim example from the Busta Rhymes album was a great example of when that really like a different layer to my thought on that. So it may be that actually, if you was to do that, maybe it's actually just the type of piano you put underneath.
But it's instantly recognizable. He didn't choose a weak piece of piano music. Like,
that's true. He chose that jazz sample.
Aficionados know that's piano piece. Okay, like if you're a Nas fan and a Busta fan, then you are in heaven.
Mate, but just a hip hop fan, to hear Rakim after all these years,
and
just to still have not lost his way. Like, he's an OG in hip hop. Who doesn't really need to make any new music, but then he jumps on something like this and it's perfect. It's perfect.
Oh, and his voice sounds even better now.
Is so good.
It's you should listen to his voice.
There's this new soundtrack that came out for this new movie called Judas and Messiah or something like that.
Okay.
Listen to the soundtrack. There's a song with Rakim at the end, and it's got the movie is about. Fuck, I can't remember what it's about. Set in a certain time. It's to do with like it's one of those. It's like a very black oriented film. So it's about America during a certain time when there's like Malcolm X and people like that. And I'm oversimplifying it. But so the track list is very stacked and it's very kind of on those themes and on those topics. So it's very I was going to say very for the time, but it's been like this for a while, so it's it's not really for the time, but it's unfortunately still for the time. But there's a Rakim song at the end of that. Just, I'm like, wow, okay, hasn't lost his step still. He just pops out every now and then. Just kills it, man.
Honestly, his voice is like oak. It's just
it's like oak. That's perfect.
It's amazing.
That's a perfect way of putting it.
He's brilliant. I've really, like, over the last couple of years, like, I've always heard, like, when I was like younger, I was listening to Talib Kweli, and like one of my favorite songs is Country Cousins.
Okay.
Again, a little bit of a story on that, but can't be. But like, he says that he was raised on Rakim and Run DMC, right?
Yeah.
And so Rakim has always been in the back of my head, but I remember a few years ago. Actually, this is when I met my wife. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Rakim fan. Yeah, he's pretty cool." And I was like, "What?
Wow!"
And then so I had to go back and listen. And
is your wife a hip hop fan, like in general?
Yeah. She loves hip hop. She's got a really eclectic taste in music as well.
Okay.
Like, she likes a lot of, like, doo-wop 50s stuff, like, because her dad, so my father-in-law, is basically he's a musician's musician. Self-taught nutter guitarist, unbelievable guitarist, by the way. Can play Hendrix. So like, I know a lot of people can play Hendrix, but my favorite song is All Along the Watchtower, and I've had the pleasure of seeing him play that in a band.
Oh, okay.
And he loves he loves calypso music, like flipping, a little bit of Bashment, like, it's crazy. He likes oh my gosh, rock and roll.
So she's got all
whatever.
That
so she's got she's got all of that, and she's got a really good taste in music. But going back to it, Rakim is very. I didn't realize how influential he was for the rap game, at all, and also his messages were very. I found Rakim was a very, very on the nose rapper.
Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of like nuance. It was just I think, therefore I am. Yeah, and that's my song. And I think that it's really cool because he obviously paved the way and opened the door for the more conscious guys and stuff. And it was just quite nice to hear him now. The grandfather of
it feels like it, right? Like he's one of the grandfathers.
And then, like, he's talking to one of the fathers of rap, like on Busta Rhymes' album. Yeah. It just sounds like a very, very. It just feels like a natural passage of time.
Yeah,
in a roundabout way of 5 minutes of nonsense. Rakim's sick.
Rakim's fucking sick. Like, have you heard his albums with Eric B? Like those classic ones, like
Eric B.
Follow the Leader, and what was the first one called? Paid in Full.
I've got them all here. You know,
that first song, I Ain't No Joke. I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Like, oh man, I know that song like, word for word if you played it. Like, just I used to study Rakim, man.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It always eluded me. I always knew that I, one day needed to pay the ticket, pay the toll, and pay homage to Rakim. Yeah. But as an adult, I'm glad that I didn't listen to him when I was younger, because it would have been lost on me just how important he was. Whereas when you look back now,
you noticed it in hindsight, right?
My goodness, I don't even think he fully understands just how he impacted the culture. So yeah, man. Yeah, Rakim, fucking amazing, man. OG of rap.
Yeah. Trust me, he's in my top 10 of all time. Like, he was a big influence on me.
Don't think he could be far from anybody's top 10, to be honest.
I think he's just not very active, so I guess he can kind of slip people's minds. But it's like, if you're going to make a top 10, top 50, he's got top 50, he's definitely got to be in it. But like
100
contender, at least you have to at least think about him.
The top 10,
in the top 10, at least.
Easy.
Minimum
Easy. Yeah. I wonder if he's we're gonna have to do a show on
our top
10.
I have a top 11 because I had to factor in Doom, because I was late to that party.
I was really late to Doom.